Welcome to Midrock Medical Lectures. I am Dr. JK. Today we are going to be discussing about homeostasis. We'll talk about homeostasis in 3 lectures. The first one is about the definition of homeostasis, the scientists involved and their contribution towards homeostasis. The second video is about the feedback mechanisms that play a major role in achieving or maintaining homeostasis. And the third video is about the gain of a feedback mechanism. So without wasting much time, we'll get right into the first topic, the definition of homeostasis, the scientists involved and their contribution. Homeostasis, the first topic that you will learn in medical school. It is taught first because it is very important that you understand homeostasis. All cells, tissues, organs in our body, they function in a particular way to achieve this homeostasis or to maintain this homeostasis. So what is homeostasis? What is the definition? The various physiological arrangements in our body that tend to restore the normal state of the internal environment when it is disturbed is called as homeostasis. The previous definition was a little big, wasn't it? So let's shorten it up a little bit. Homeostasis in short can be defined as maintenance of the internal environment. In both these definitions, a particular phrase is there, isn't it? Internal environment. What is this internal environment? We know what the environment is, it's our surrounding. But pertaining or with regards to the human body, what is an internal environment? We need to understand this concept to understand homeostasis. Now let us consider our old friend the amoeba, something that we love to draw during our school days. This amoeba is a single cell. But the single cell in itself is an organism. So it's a single cell organism. Compare the amoeba with the most advanced species on the planet. Yes, I'm talking about us. We are multicellular. We are made up of many cells, trillions of cells. But still, we are a single organism. So we are multicellular organisms. We see the difference one more time between the amoeba and the human beings. With amoeba on the left and humans on the right. Amoeba is a single-celled organism, whereas we human beings are made up of trillions of cells, so we are called as multicellular organisms. Let us look at the amoeba one more time, but in a little bit depth this time. We have the amoeba here. This area surrounding the amoeba is called as the external environment, as it is outside the single cell or this organism in this case. So any change in the external environment like increased temperature or even decreased temperature can affect the physiology or functioning of this particular cell. Meaning the external environment directly influences the functioning of the cell. But for human beings, this is slightly different. The area surrounding our body is called as the external environment. Changes in the external environment cannot directly affect the physiology or functioning of our cells. So for right now, we won't worry too much about the external environment. There is an environment inside our body that surrounds each cell. That environment is called as the internal environment. And it is this internal environment that directly affects the physiology of each cell. To get a clear picture, this is the internal environment. So, maintaining the internal environment means maintaining the integrity of our cells or maintaining the normal functioning of our cells. So what is actually the internal environment? It is the body fluid, particularly the extracellular fluid the fluid surrounding each cell, outside each cell, inside our body is the internal environment. ECF acts as the environment for our cells inside our body. Please don't get confused here. Internal environment denotes the extracellular fluid. For every cell in a human being to function properly, parameters in the internal environment like pH, hormone levels, temperature, nutrient levels, etc. must be maintained within a normal range. So the internal environment must be meticulously regulated and maintained so that each cell in a human being is functioning at its optimum capacity. The first gentleman we are going to see with regard to homeostasis is this gentleman right here. His name is Mr. Claude Bernard. His contribution to homeostasis is he coined the term milieu interieur. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. It's a French term. He's a French guy. Milieu interieur is the term that he gave for internal environment or the extracellular fluids that surround our cells. Since it serves as an environment for our cells inside, he termed it as the internal environment. In French, he called it as milieu interieur. The next scientist that we are going to see with regard to homeostasis is this gentleman. His name is Mr. Walter B. Cannon. And his contribution to homeostasis is he coined the term homeostasis. The definition that we first saw earlier on in our lecture, the physiological arrangements that tend to restore the normal environment once it's disturbed. He was the one who gave that term homeostasis, and he was the one who defined the term, gave the exact definition of homeostasis, Mr. Walter B. Cannon. So that finishes the first part of our homeostasis lecture series. As mentioned earlier, we have 2 more lectures to go on homeostasis. I urge you all to see those videos also so that you get a complete understanding about the topic. Please like and share our videos. Please subscribe to our channel. Your support and encouragement, it means a lot to us. And one more thing, in the description, you can get a link to our Instagram page where you can get notes to all our videos. Please note the post number so that you can easily access the notes for that particular video. Thank you again and see you in the next lecture.